Good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. I'm Anton and I'm bringing you the match day highlights. You're just witnessing Russ finish off the match day live show as West Ham have walked away 4-0 winners against Norwich City at Carrow Road. With 2 games to go, we're closing the gap for 6th place. If you are new around here, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Please make sure you do hit the thumbs up. Also, we are literally on the march to 12,000 subscribers, nearly 20,000 subscribers. So we really do want you to hit that button, and that will massively help us out. But get me know your thoughts on today's result. I'm delighted. It's a good way to respond. It's a good way to come back from such a loss. At the week in the middle of the week against Frankfurt. Disappointing, of course, but you know what? Manchester United faltered at Brighton 4-0, and that left a massive gap for West Ham to close that gap, and we've done it today, and we've helped ourselves with the goal difference. I'm going to click the link. I'm going to put the link if anyone wants to come and join me. They're more than welcome. And we'll go through the game in itself. And I'm going to put that in the chat. All you need to do is click this link, and then that will mean you can come on and have a brief conversation with me regarding the Norwich game itself. But the teams were announced today, and West Ham made one really big change, you could say, with Tommy Soucek resting on the bench. That meant that Lanzini came into the side. Benrahma came into the side. For him, it meant Lanzini had to drop into the role, which we know he can do, which is playing a lot deeper alongside Declan Rice. And then Vladimir Sofal came into the team to replace Ben Johnson as well. So that was West Ham's start lineup. I think it was quite a positive lineup. It meant that we were going to start the game on the up and try and push to get as many goals as we possibly can. And listen, let's not take anything away from the fact that defensively, Norwich aren't great. They aren't. I don't like saying that about opposition teams, but you can see that from the first couple of goals that West Ham put out as well. But for me, it was a strong lineup for West Ham. Norwich, they had they had Kroll in goals, Max Aarons, who have said to everyone who's watching, if they are interested, would you be interested in a player like that? Byram, ex-West Ham, of course. Hanley, Williams, Billy Gilmore, who's on loan from Chelsea, who actually thinks a really good midfielder. Dill, Sorensen, Les Milou, Rashika, and Pukki in their attacking setup. So the game itself had a lot riding on it because obviously West Ham are still pushing for that top 6 finish and to close that gap on Manchester United. And the game got underway. Decent start from Norwich, played with a high tempo, pressing West Ham, not allowing the visitors any time on the ball, which is definitely what they were trying to do. And I think that was maybe trying to show off the fact that maybe they were at home. And for me, Norwich City have got a lot of players because they've been relegated. They've got players that want to prove their worth for the team. So they're going to want to try and show up and do something on the day. And I think they started the game like that. But literally, when I say started the game like that, they certainly didn't even, I'm not even going to say end it. They didn't continue that even 5 minutes or so into the game. Join me, though, if you're interested. Click that link. That means you can come on and join me and have a very brief conversation about the game in itself. 5 minutes into the game, Lanzini found Sofal in space on the right. He whipped the ball in with a cross, which we all know he's capable of doing. Part of the reason why people are calling for Sofal to come in the team over Ben Johnson. And it was Dawson that headed the ball. And Antonio had a shot deflected behind. And then we had a corner, and Dawson headed the ball over. And we all know that Dawson is capable. Oh, hold on, I'm on the stream there. Is capable of obviously getting a goal, and a set piece is definitely a good option as well. But in the 12th minute, the man himself, Benrahma, stepped forward. Now, great bit of play down the left-hand side. Bowen miscontrolled the ball. He gets it back from Lanzini and he feeds Benrahma, who's in the area, coming in from the left-hand side. He cuts in onto his right foot and his shot takes a deflection, and Kroll just completely misjudged it and it trickles into the goal. In actual fact, if Antonio had maybe taken a further step, he would have tapped the ball into the back of the net. It does go to Benrahma in the 12th minute, and West Ham go 1-0 up. And it's good. It's good for him. It's good confidence for Benny as well to get a goal like that. And as West Ham are progressing further forward, 30 minutes into the game, Antonio steps up again. And it's another massive mistake from Norwich City. When Bowen plates the ball through, it is overcooked. But Kroll Antonio and I think it was Grant Hanley were chasing the ball. And I don't know what happens there with the defense, but literally Hanley and Crawler down on the ground. Antonio stays up and he steps forward and taps the ball and puts it into the back of the net to make it 2-0 to West Ham. That was another assist for Jared Bowen, his 10th of the season. How important has he become? Hammer of the Year gets invited tomorrow, announced tomorrow, who is going to be your choice of man of Hammer of. Sorry, I just had to tell my daughter to be a bit quiet. So as we move on, a heavy challenge from Antonio on Antonio from Hanley, and that's really kind of knocked the stuffing literally out of Antonio. And I don't know. There was talk that maybe he was maybe having a broken hip, not hip, broken ribs. It was like the stuffing was really knocked out of him, and he couldn't really catch his breath. He did play on, and you could see Yarmolenko warming up from the sidelines. And one thing I will say about the first half in particular, plaudits to the West Ham fans. They were immense. They were fantastic. Honestly, from start to finish, it was like the full rendition of all the songs, and I think that's a knock-on effect from being in Europe and playing with all these teams that have the great atmospheres that they do. And I think it really spurs on the players. It really does, and I'd be intrigued to hear what the West Ham players do say about that. But literally, I mean, the first half hadn't ended. It was, I mean, I thought it was going to end at 2-0, and Ben Rama steps up with the second goal. Lanzini cut inside and fed Bowen, who grabs his third assist of the afternoon as his cross is volleyed in by Ben Rama, who gets his second goal of the game. A very, very good goal by West Ham. And like I said, that's him up now. Jared Bowen, double figures for his assists as well as double figures for his goal, 3-0 at the break. What did you think at that moment? We were superb, though. We were playing well. We were playing good football. Apart from the Ben Rama goal, the other two goals were shaky and weren't great, but Norwich had to make two changes at half-time. And, of course, West Ham made a change with Antonio coming off for Yarmolenko. But quite quickly, Norwich put the ball into the back of the net, but it was a goal disallowed from that man, Sam Byram. In the process of the build-up to play, he did handle the ball. Therefore, the ball it was a penalty to West Ham. There was a few chances for both teams as the game was going along, but in the 65th minute, I didn't even see it. Dawson goes up for a blinding header, and at that point, I actually think Dawson is injured, and he does eventually go off for Mark Noble, who came on today on his 35th birthday. But Lanzini came up. Sorry, went to VAR, and they actually noticed that the Norwich player put his hand up in front of Dawson's head, and as Dawson was heading it, it was going on target, and the hand of the Norwich player missiled the ball away from the goal. So therefore, it was a penalty. And I thought at that point it was going to be Benny's day, and Benny was going to get his chance to come on the field and get his hat trick. But no, Lanzini stepped up, and I kind of like that. You know what? You set the rules, you set the tone from the start. These are these are going to be the penalty takers. You've got to do that. You keep consistency, and it's good all round. And Lanzini stepped up to make it 4-0 to West Ham. And at that point, you felt like maybe West Ham were going to go on the push. We made a couple of substitutions. But the fans were singing there, loud and proud. A couple of more chances. Game finished. West Ham 4-0. And West Ham progress up the league, 7th place, as we do. Keep that 5-point gap between us and Wolves open. And we've closed the gap to Manchester United with a game in hand with 3 points. So that brings an end to the kind of story for today. What do you think, though? I'm going to jump through the chat and see what everyone's saying. If you are interested, you can click that link, come in and join, and let me know your thoughts on today's game. Let me bring this over here, and we'll get chatting to you as we go along and see who's in the house as well. We got right up to the top. Did it work, David? That's good to know. Thank you very much. Peter's saying should have been 8 or 9. Could have been, yeah, absolutely. But listen, Norwich defence weren't great. What did you think of Fabianski? I think at one point they did flap the ball, which did lead to their goal, but obviously or a couple of chances for Norwich. But wonder what that will do kind of moving forward. Afternoon, Mark, thank you very much. Trini, 3 key injuries possibly. Antonio, Ben Rama, and Dawson. Not good, but we've got Man City, massive game coming up. That will solidify some form of European football, hopefully. And then the march is on, you could say, for the Europa League as well. Usual suspect, Anton, always an honest opinion. Thank you very much. Injuries could do us if they are bad. Hopefully not. Mark Thomas, oh my, hunted down Manchester United now. Goal differences of both teams have taken a massive swing. They absolutely do. Anton, why does Russ get so much abuse? It's so paranoid. I don't know, mate. Everyone gets abuse when you do these YouTube channels. It's not just Russ. It really isn't. Glad Vlasic got game time. Absolutely. It was good for him to get some game time as well. What? Best way to describe this game equals suspicious, really? David Anderson, great result, 6 still possible. I'm trying to be happy, but can't help but think we've missed opportunities this season. We have. Don't doubt that for 1 second. We absolutely have missed opportunities, but with what we've got, I'm super, super proud of West Ham. Hoping injuries will be sorted this week and the subs were precautionary. It'd be good to know if they were. I think they were. Being 3-0 up or 4-0 up, making those subs is it's not a no brainer. Hello, Anton. What if Duboy? Oi oi from Mandy G. Large players were deliberately not trying. Michael F. Not sure we'll get anything from the next 2 games. Great result today, though. Absolutely. Mandy G. No, they have been poor all season. Delia's orders. Greetings to all West Ham fans from Algeria. Good to see you, Peter. Saying if only we had signed players in the summer that could have helped us secure 4th place. I know. And as my mum says, if you had a square hole, you'd be shitting bricks. But if is a wonderful word, isn't it? And that you could say if about everything as well. No Mandy, Norwich have been decent in some games. Let's be honest, it was a cakewalk today. Absolutely. Deal was already set place for 4-0. Yes, it was. Same as 2 seasons ago, 4-0. Peter St. Norwich haven't even got a derby to look forward to next season. Stress-free game, which is unusual. It's not like us. An excellent match. We lacked this spirit against Frankfurt. Gilmore has been awful. I thought Leno Lanzini had a very good game, but Rice again, man of the match. That penalty was an absolute joke. Gilmore had played like a guitarist from Norwich. 3-0 had to be 4-0. This is a massive result. Though, especially after the Wolves yesterday, we cruised it absolutely. Anton, is that pitch invasion in your home? It is, mate. It is. Apologies for that. Yeah, that penalty made all the difference. Norwich were ready for it to all turn round. Doesn't matter if it was 0-0 or 6-0. It was not a pen. Well, the ref deemed it a penalty. So, what sauce you on early today? Norwich were awful. It was a penalty and playing Byron at centre back. Joke. Norwich will be back up next season, and that's I find that's how they kind of go about their business. Really, that's how they run their I've got some stuff in the garden. That's really how they kind of run the club, isn't it? That's how they make their fortune. They go down, they get all the parachute payments, they come up, they get their payments from the Premier League, and it depends on how much they invest into the team. I'm actually going to have a look at the the league table as we speak because oh my word, Leeds have slipped into the relegation zone. So tight down there. That is ridiculous. Great victory today from Daniela. Anton, if Leeds are relegated to Joe Phillips and Righty, I'm picturing that looks nice, of course. Don't doubt for a second, West Ham are in for are looking at him, Calvin Phillips. I think many other teams will be as well, especially if he goes down. I don't think he'll want to be playing championship football next season as well. Steve is saying great result. Hopefully injuries, nothing to worry about. Not much Byram could do about that. You're absolutely right. They are a yo-yo club. Honestly, I hope Moyes signs at least 3 players to help improve the team. Absolutely. Yo-yo club and always worth 6 points. Definitely a pitch invasion at Anton's. It is. Norwich will get their derby back the year after next. Chris Montana, Moyes needs to move very fast in the window. We should keep chasing Lingard. No wonder we got shot of Byram, a psycho who can't tackle. Chris, has that ship not sailed? Kind of think we've moved on. And now, I don't know, we'll see if the Lingard saga continues. Vlasic isn't it. Hopefully he's offloaded as soon as possible. Bernama 2, we need game changers for next season. I think Vlasic will go, but on loan. I don't think he'll leave the club permanently. I think he'll go on loan because it is a World Cup year. Benny, I'm not so sure. I think he'll stay. I think West Ham will look for other players in and around him to support him and maybe tricky players. So I don't know. Lanzini's had a great season as well. Will he then consistently perform again at that level next season? I don't know. Delia will go on a bender tonight. Yep, she will. Wales have 3 games left. Man City, Liverpool, and Norwich. Going to be tough. Michael, Russ, and Anton, top guys in the show, is the best. And the show is the best West Ham one on YouTube. Much appreciated, Michael. Really do appreciate that. Best thing about Norwich is their food. Michael, on that, listen, we're all West Ham. At the end of the day, we decide to bring you the content. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, we're great," we're not, whatever. I'm just glad you do enjoy it because we enjoy talking about West Ham. That's the main thing. I like the right back, Aaron's. He has so much pace. He does. Aaron's not good enough for the Prem. It's not though. There you go. There you go. So, I mean, that brings you all in and updated to the review. I mean, it's a short and sweet one, isn't it? Really. Um, sorry, I've still got a cough. The march is on for the top six. West Ham sit in seventh place with 55 points. We've got a game in hand on the team above us, which is Manchester United, who sit on 58 points. And we obviously are going to rule out challenging, obviously, for the top five. Wolves are in behind West Ham, 5 points adrift from West Ham, but with 3 games as well. When Russ and Anton are on, it's like watching Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street. Mucho gracias. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. You tell me. Yeah, it means we're still a lot better than you. Pipe down. What? Are you a Norwich fan? I don't know if you are a Norwich fan. Anyway, that brings it into the Matchday Highlights show. Please make sure you do join us tomorrow for the West Ham Daily, where we will be bringing you the player ratings for today's game. Tomorrow we will have the Hammers headlines, and then tomorrow evening we will be doing a Hammer of the Year special as well. So, thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, you can click join membership now as well. And as we always do, we like to say thank you very much to everyone who is a member of the channel. So stay safe and come on, you Irons. And 3 points are in the bag. And let's get them next week for Man City. Come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree, part of you.